Hello and welcome to the Magical Moms podcast. We are so excited today to talk to you about all the new things that are happening at DCA. There's a lot going on in the park right now, so we're going to kind of get you up to speed, share some of our personal experiences in the parks recently, well, I should say in DCA recently, and just kind of talk all things DCA.
Yes, I am so excited. There's a lot of new things happening, which is what I love about springtime at the Disneyland Resort. So we're going to talk about all the fun things that are happening at Disney California Adventure, which I know, Lindsay, is your favorite park. I know it is. I know it is.
Totally
I know it is. Which is unusual. Usually when you meet people, it's always Disneyland and then Disney California Adventure. But Disney California Adventure has your heart. I know it does.
It does for so many reasons, but I love DCA. I really do.
I do too. I really do too. But okay, anyway, so before we get into it, you know that you can follow us on all the socials. Magical Moms Podcast is on Instagram, TikTok. It's on Threads. You can watch us on YouTube. We have our new YouTube channel, which is
you can
Magical Moms Podcast.
Yeah, Magical Moms Podcast. We'll have a link down in the show notes too for you.
Yeah, perfect. And then, of course, you can follow me. I'm California Disney Bliss. And then Lindsay is...
And I am Chasing Magic Daily on all the socials. You can find me everywhere. I'm all over the place these days.
Yes.
So are you, which is great, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then before we get in, we do want to say if you would leave us a podcast review, we would really appreciate it either on Apple or Spotify. And then if you do, we will read your review out loud. So it's a nice little way to get a little shout out on the podcast. Also, if you want to be part of our Magical Moms community, we have a group over on Patreon. You can go to patreon.com and search Magical Moms Podcast. And within that community, we have some pretty cool things for you. We have tip sheets is one of our big ones. So a lot of the stuff that we talk about here on the podcast, we have a physical tip sheet for you in the Patreon group, as well as some extra information in there. We have a private Facebook group you can be a part of and meet new people, talk, hang out. We do in-person hangouts, which is really fun. We got one coming up in the spring, which Bridget and I are currently planning. And then we also are going to be doing some giveaways in the Patreon group. So we have some fun little goodies to be doing giveaways in there. So if you want to join, again, you can go to patreon.com and search Magical Moms Podcast. And we will also have that link for you in the show notes down below.
Yeah, so come join in on the fun. Join in on the fun.
Yes.
It's been so fun. Like lately I've been walking around the parks, and I know Lindsay, you've had this too. And people have been coming up and just saying how much they love the podcast and everything. And it just absolutely warms my heart. And actually we had somebody come up to us when we celebrated Disney California Adventure's 25th anniversary. Disneyland does not like saying birthday. They like saying anniversary.
Anniversary, yes.
I mean, no one likes to get older, I guess, and neither does the Disneyland Resort. So 25th anniversary of Disney California Adventure was on February 8th, but they kicked off the celebrations February 6th, and we celebrated it together, which was so much fun.
We did, yeah. Yeah, that was actually a really fun day. Yeah,
we met a bunch of people.
And I'm bummed because I think the person that you met that said that she listens to the podcast, I didn't meet because I was filming. I was like walking around. I was walking around with my Osmo, and then afterwards I was like just kind of waiting. And afterwards you were like, "Oh, she listens to the podcast." I was like, "Well, dang it." So I didn't get to meet her. So shout out to, do you remember her name?
Oh gosh, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. But everyone was so
to the
sweet
listener.
that
we appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone was so sweet. And that was such a fun day. It was a great day. We both got there really early because we know how these things go. You got to get there early to start the whole, celebrating thing. And what Disney did is they brought in a couple things into the park to celebrate that. Some of them is going to be ending pretty soon, but then some of it's going to last throughout the summer. So we can talk about all that.
Yeah. So why don't we just get right and roll right into it? That can be the first thing that we talk about is we're going to talk about some crazy experiences we had on Friday when we were there for DCA's 25th anniversary. Let's just start there. So we showed up, and the first thing we did was meet our pals, Mickey and Minnie.
Yes, we have to.
Yeah, they had a very long line to see them, but Bridget was there a little bit early, so she popped in line. So we didn't wait too long for them once they actually came out.
Yes.
But we did line up, I think we lined up at like 9:20 and they came out at like 10. So we were there a while, but we were toward the front. And then by the time they came out, that line was super long.
Yeah, super long. And it was super long because they were debuting their brand new Disney California Adventure birthday outfits. And also what was really unique is that they came out together. So typically when you meet Mickey or Minnie at Disney California Adventure, it's just one of them. It's not too often that they come out together.
Yes.
Maybe they'll start doing that more in the morning, but they were right there by the fountain as soon as you walked in, and the outfits are so pretty. They're like super bright and colorful. And, you know, it's always fun starting your day by meeting Mickey and Minnie. I mean, come on.
Yes. Yeah. And I think too, like it almost looks like it's not supposed to be, but it almost looks like a symbol of like the sun on their outfits.
Yeah,
Which I think is so iconic of like DCA, you know, like if you go back to like the old original DCA, like I think there's a sun on the Ferris wheel. It's like the big sun. That was like the big iconic thing, which is now Mickey. But that to me, sunshine just is DCA. I don't know. It's like synonymous for me.
Totally. It totally is because it's the, you know, the California original park, and we are, you know, we have sun here, what, like 350 days out of the year.
Yes,
you know, it's always sunny here in California. So I really loved the outfits. It was really fun seeing them and, you know, seeing them in those clothes. And that was super cool. And then we immediately after that, we went and we
Think you looked at merch?
We looked at some merch. So there is brand new merch. It's very like classic, like old Hollywood style merch.
Yes.
There's like a couple shirts. There's a brand new hat. And then of course there's new pins.
Yeah, the pins are really cool.
You've become a pin girly, Lindsay. You're a pin girly
but you
now.
know what? I haven't bought any. I haven't got I haven't. I buy the ones that I get. I just like trade for, but I haven't like gotten into buying any new kinds of pins. That may come, but not right now. But one of the pins though is $65 and it's huge. Like it's the size of like a wallet. I swear it's so big, but it's really cool. And it's got like all the iconic symbols of DCA on it with Mickey. It's just a really cool pin. But then the big piece of merch, which I know you were just about to hop to, so there was a brand new popcorn bucket that debuted for DCA's 25th. And this popcorn bucket caused quite the commotion.
Yes, it did.
Yes. So a lot of people rope drop for it, which is great. Bridge and I did not rope drop on Friday, but we did get there early. And we personally did not get buckets, but we were picking up for some of our friends who couldn't be there on Friday. And we thought we had it good, you know, because they mobile ordered and this will be so easy. And we walked over and we saw this gigantic line and we're like, oh, that stinks because people are waiting in that line to get, you know, stand by and get their popcorn buckets. Well, lo and behold, turns out there was 2 separate lines and both lines were ridiculously long. And one was for mobile order pickup and one was for standby. And we had friends that were in line and ahead of us, and they told us that they had already been waiting over an hour in the mobile order pickup. We were like, what? It's mobile order pickup. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. This popcorn bucket people went crazy for it. Crazy. In fact, I'm going to show because I have it right here.
So cute though. You can see why. People went crazy for this thing because it is adorable. I needed major willpower not to buy it. The only reason why I didn't is because I buy a lot of Disney merch, and this is just another thing that most likely my toddler will break. And so I didn't get it, but it is so freaking cute. And like Lindsay, something that I learned when we were there is the nose of Mickey is what turns it on.
Yes.
And it's not on because it's not ours. It's not yours.
And I haven't pulled the tab. So this is my friend, our friend Chris's. And so I don't want to pull the tab. So once you pull the tab, it turns it on. If you press his little nose, cute. This little star sun thing behind him lights up. And then what's cool about it is that it's almost got like the same technology in it as the magic bands that people wear, because this will light up in accordance to where you are in the park or like with a show that's going on. So like if you're watching World of Color at night and this is on, this is going to light up with the show. So it's got this cool technology in it that it's brand new. It's one of a kind. There's no other popcorn bucket with this technology in it.
Yeah.
And it also, it does spin like the actual Ferris wheel itself. It's got all the little buckets on it. It is really, really cute.
Yes. And it was $55.
Yes.
And I mean, really, it's absolutely cool. And what's something I saw today actually was that interacts with the Disneyland key. So if you have them side by side, they interact with one another. I was
interesting.
Super impressed with this. I really wish that Disney put that type of information out. All they did when they announced it was say that it was like interactive and that it would, you know, whatever. They didn't tell you like it was going to be like with the parades and World of Color.
Yeah.
And the Disneyland key. and I probably would, if I knew that about the key, I probably would have purchased it because my other son, Max, is obsessed with his key and that would have been a really cool thing to do. But yeah, so they are completely sold out.
Yes.
And I don't know if they're going to be bringing them back. I don't know if this is a one-time thing. But if they do come back, our friend Chris actually had a very, very good point. Don't mobile order them, or if there's any future buckets in the, if there are any buckets that come out in the future, don't mobile order them from a popcorn stand because the popcorn stand has to make popcorn. They give you popcorn with the popcorn bucket and they have to make the popcorn. If you go to the place where you can mobile order it with chips, they're just going to give you a bag of chips and it goes by much faster.
Interesting.
So I was like, that's an interesting thing. I never thought about that because they do have to make the popcorn and that's just going to take a long time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the line was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But our friends are very, very, we love them very much, which is why we stood in line for them. And they owe us. So they owe us a little bit. But yeah, so.
We love you, Ann and Chris.
We love you guys. But it was fun. We did get to like walk around with them and they're so cute. It's so cute.
Yeah.
I really do. I really do hope they come back. And if they do come back, we will definitely let you know.
Yeah. And they should like, I feel like if you know something is so popular and it's just selling out, you should make more, right? Isn't that just like a good business decision? So,
and also that doesn't even have to be like a 25th anniversary thing. They could just have those year round.
Oh yeah.
For the next couple of years. I mean, I just think it's very cool. Another thing that I really enjoyed that day that we tried was the cake shake from Schmoozies.
Yes.
That video, Lindsay, of us when we first realized that the cake shake is a milkshake and it's called a cake shake. I mean, and it has like a little topper of a piece of cake. Well, when you pulled out the piece of cake, it's like an actual slice of cake.
It's
like
huge.
It's like this big, and it's this thick. Like it's like honestly, it's like this thick.
Yeah.
We were like, what? Like
we were like, the straws were falling out of the cup.
Yeah.
It was just like this, it like never ended. It was like, like this huge piece
it was like
of cake
someone just
came out.
sliced a cake and just stuffed it into like milkshake that has like this much milkshake because I was floored and also it tasted really, really good.
Yeah. It did.
So that's not going to be offered at Schmoozies past the 15th of February. I really hope that this is something that they are going to bring back throughout the summer. We'll see. Again, if that's something that they bring back, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
But that was so much fun. That was really fun. I loved that video of us.
My kids would love it too, which is why I'm bummed that it's not here for very long.
I know. I hope it comes back.
Yeah,
hopefully. It'll come back. But something that did come back is Soarin over California.
Soarin over California, which is the OG Soarin, came back because of Disney or DCA's 25th anniversary. So they brought back the original, and every time, so they always bring back the original for food and wine. So typically this comes like in March, but it came early for the early celebration. And what they do, which is a fun little tradition, is if you have ridden Soarin' over California, you'll know there's the iconic scene where you fly over the orange groves. It smells incredible. They have the orange, wafting all around you. And then when you exit, they actually have cuties waiting for you. So there's a cast member handing out cuties like always on the first day. And I think it's only the first day, right?
Yeah, it's only the first day.
It's only the first day.
It's usually only like the first like hour or two.
Yeah, it's true. It's like till they run out. Even that's what one of the cast members said. Because when we went, the ride was temporarily closed, so we didn't get a chance to ride it. So I was like, I'm going to wait till after I ride it. And she's like, I would grab it now if you want a cutie because they're probably going to be gone. So we grabbed it. And they always spell Soarin' out with the cuties on the table. It's just a cute little tradition that they do. And they did it on Friday. So that was nice. So we got our cutie, but we didn't get to ride the ride because it was closed the whole time we were there.
It was closed. So we cheated a little bit, but it was closed. Yeah. Okay, so I have to talk about this. I just know that I'm going to upset people when I say this. But I don't like Soarin' over California. I like Soarin' over the world. I just don't like it. It's older. It's pretty. We live in California. It's not that exciting. We live in California, but the quality of the video, because it was, it's the original video. Yeah. It makes me feel like a little like loopy. I don't know if you have that same feeling. I know this is a very unpopular opinion. It
definitely is. And I actually was talking, because when we were there on Friday, we also met up. We saw some friends and we chit-chatted with them for a while. We saw Emma and Matt. Matthew?
Yes. Yeah, Matt.
Matt, he goes by Matt. Okay. Emma and Matt. And it's funny, I said the same thing to them. And Victoria, we were with Victoria and Ray.
Yeah.
There was 4 of them.
Yeah.
So we were talking to all of them and I was like, yeah, I know this probably isn't like, I shouldn't say this, but I don't like Soarin' over California. And they were all 4 like, what? And I was like, no, but like, hear me out. It is the video quality is very low, which again, it's 25 years old, makes sense. But also when you're changing from scene to scene in Soarin' over California, it's just this quick split. It's like, boom, now you're here. Boom, now you're here. It's like very jarring. Whereas Soarin' over the world is very smooth. And they have these really cool transitions where like, the elephant sprays you with water or like you're going over the Niagara Falls. Like there's just, it's so much better.
So much better.
But
every time I say it to somebody, they're like, they look at me like I insulted them. Like personally, they're like, what? And I'm like, sorry.
And I personally don't have, because I think a lot of it comes back to like your first experience, right? Or like the nostalgia of it. I don't have memories of Soarin' over California from when it opened.
Same.
I'm sure I went on it at some point, but I don't have any memories of it. So I don't have this attachment to it like I think a lot of other people do.
Yeah.
That's my thought on it.
Same. Also, it's like I said, we live here. I want to see like all the places we don't get to see, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think our friend Anne, like one of her family members like owns a house over like the La Quinta, when it goes over of the golf course. And our friends and Anne's like, so-and-so lives there. And I'm like, what? Like, it's like, this is not that far off,
Yes.
But okay, so Soarin' over California is at DCA, Disney California Adventure, to July 1st. And then starting July 2nd, or maybe July 4th. I need to double check it. I'm pretty sure it's July 2nd. It is going to be something brand new that no one has seen. And it's going to be called Soarin' Across America to celebrate America turning 250 years old this summer. So that's going to be new. And I'm only imagining that the technology is going to be just even 10 times greater than Soarin',
over the world.
Over the world. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that and seeing like how they've done it. Because I know it's not easy to do. I know it's not easy to shoot these scenes. So I'm kind of excited to see how that's going to go. So we'll definitely be seeing that for sure.
Are you planning to be there on the first day?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'll rope drop that for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's plan on it then.
We'll do it together.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll have like a special treat for us after, like the oranges.
Oh, that is...
There's got to be something after, right? It's like a brand new overlay. I'm sure they're going to have some kind of commemorative thing.
Yes. So
after.
Soarin' Across America. I wonder what it'll be. Maybe like an apple, or maybe it'll be like a treat. Oh, I don't know. Maybe like a little flag.
But I have to imagine there's going to be some kind of, they're going to do something to hype it up. You know what I mean? Something. Or like, I don't know. We'll see. Well, now that, but yeah, Bridget and I will be there for sure.
We'll be there wearing our red, white, and blue.
I can't miss like an opening day of like something big like that.
No, that's going to be cool. I wonder how long till. I'm pretty sure it'll probably go on. I'm guessing until through like Halloween, or by Halloween. Maybe they'll switch it over by Halloween time, or maybe just for the rest of the year.
I think the rest of the year, if not for a full year, because. I don't know. I would assume at least the end of the year, because we're celebrating like the bicentennial. So I would assume until December, but who knows? We'll see.
Knows? We'll let you know. We'll let you know. And then also something that's going on right now that Lindsay and I didn't see when we were there together last Friday, but her and I have both celebrated a lot over the past couple of weeks, is Lunar New Year. Yes. It's still going on at Disney California Adventure till February 22nd. It's such an amazing celebration. They have a wonderful parade. They call it a parade. Maybe it's a cavalcade.
Procession.
Yeah. And it is just such a wonderful celebration. I absolutely love it. I love the food. I'm actually going tomorrow to try more foods. And I think it's just going to be so much fun. So with the kids, they haven't been yet. But they go every year. And it's just such a fun celebration. So that ends February 22nd.
Yes.
And then very, very, very quickly, we are going to be learning, or hopefully soon, we're going to be learning about Disney California Adventure Food and Wine Festival. Starts March 6th, the day after your birthday.
Yes, the day after.
The day after your birthday. And we should be getting a lot of information coming pretty quickly about this. But the Food and Wine Festival is always the same thing. Food and wine. So there's a lot of food booths that are going to be there throughout Disney California Adventure. There's going to be another Sip and Savor Pass. Of course, there's live entertainment. There's also culinary demonstrations that you can get reservations for right now. And it's just a fun, exciting time. I love a food and wine festival. I love it. I'm really excited to see what kind of foods come out this year.
Yeah. It's funny. I love food and wine as well. However, I am not a foodie, nor do I drink. So so I usually have fun trying out some of the foods, like with you and our friends and stuff. But I don't do any of the, I don't drink alcohol. So none of that like does anything for me. But sometimes at those booths, they have some fun mocktails. So those are fun for me to try. But yeah, I just love the atmosphere of food and wine because it seems like, it's like we're entering spring, everything's bright and sunny, and you've got like Chef Goofy who comes out and the Jam and Chefs. It's just like a fun, to me, it almost signifies like the start of spring. That's how I view it. I'm like, oh, springtime's here. Food and wine is here.
Yes, that is so true. It is like springtime because it ends April 27th and then it's like summer. So then it's summer, right when it ends, it's summertime. It's starting to get warm, like really hot in the parks, and it's summer. But yeah, when Lindsay and I go, it's like Lindsay watching me eat, watching me drink.
So what did you think of that?
And then it's me saying, you want to try it? Do you want to try it?
Yes.
It's so fun.
And I was like, not really my thing. I'm kind of a picky-ish eater.
But don't worry, I drink enough for Lindsay and me. So I try all the drinks.
Yes, you do.
But what I love though, Lindsay, your take is always so good because you definitely look at it from like the mom perspective of like what your kids will like, you know? And so I love how you do that every year.
Oh,
whereas me, it's like, I'm like, what are me and Jack gonna like? Like, I'm not even like the kids aren't even part of it in my head. I'm like, they'll be fine.
And it is more geared toward adults, but as somebody who doesn't really like, I don't drink and I don't really try all the foods. I'm like, oh, what can my kids do here?
I love it. Oh, but I wonder if they're going to bring back the Super Kitties, the cupcake, the cupcake demonstration, which they usually do back in Hollywoodland. They do, it's like 2 or 3 times a day, like where they make like a little cupcake for kids and stuff like that. The kids have to be, I believe, it's like 3 to
11, maybe
3 to
12.
11 or so. So we'll get more information about that. But that's super fun for kids. And then there's always a crafts area and stuff too.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's fun.
And the next thing we're going to talk about, actually, Bridget, I'm going to let you take it away because I have never been to the parks on this particular day. Never.
Well, Ducks Day is February 22nd. That's coming up very, very quickly. It's actually really early this year. Usually it's like in March or so. And Ducks Day is so much fun. I love it. It's when the Anaheim Ducks take over Disney California Adventure. And they really do take it over. There are special treats. The players are walking around. If you get there early enough, you can get a wristband and you can even meet some of the players who are all so sweet. I have an affinity towards hockey players and hockey because my husband Jack used to play hockey. And once you're a hockey player, not professionally, he played in college and before that. But once you're a hockey player, you're always a hockey player. Just seeing him, even though Anaheim Ducks is not his team, he's from Philadelphia, so he's a hardcore Flyers fan. You don't ever mess with a Flyers fan. But he will go and celebrate the Ducks. But it's really cool because back by the Hyperion Theater, they usually have an entire display of really cool, like fun hockey games where it's like stack your pucks, or like they'll give you like ducks and like you get to like slide them down like the little like fake like little ice area. They always have like you can do like shoot into the goal. They have all these like really cool fun games. And then you can also it's really, really fun. They also have the mascot there. The mascot is so cool because he's kind of like Donald Duck but in hockey gear. It's so really strange. It's really strange, but also kind of cool. Because when the Anaheim Ducks first started, it was affiliated and associated with the Disneyland Resort. So that's why they had that tie-in. But the last time that we were there last year, Jack and I went. It's usually during the week. This time it's on a Sunday, which that's very unusual. It's always during the weekday. And so it was just Jack and me because the kids were at school and we're just getting some popcorn and literally the entire like team walked right past us. And, they're all young. They're all like, they look like they're like
Yeah.
kids,
Yeah.
because they look very young.
Yeah.
And they're just like walking by, like do. And I got video of it. I sent it to my nephew in Philadelphia, and he was freaking out because some of them used to be Flyers players.
Yeah.
And they were
Okay.
like, he's like, oh my gosh, you're so lucky that you get to do this.
Well,
And
that's
so
so
for hockey
cute.
fans, it's a very, very, very big deal. But if you're planning on going this year, I do have to give you a little bit of caution. This is the first time, like I said, that it's going to be on a weekend. It's on a Sunday. Not only is it on a Sunday, but it's on a day where all 4 Magic Keys are open.
Ooh.
So it is going to be a very busy day in the parks. So if that is something that you want to like enjoy and celebrate, get there early. We will be getting there. I don't know how I'm going to do it with all 3 kids. We are going to get there at rope drop.
Maybe you go early and Jack comes later with the kids.
I don't know. I feel like it's like we have to like get like that area like where you like play with everything early. But we're just gonna have to wake up early. I'm just gonna have to do it. But it's gonna be super fun. But it will be very busy because it's also going to be the last day of Lunar New Year.
Oh my goodness gracious, you're right. There's a lot of overlap
things
there.
happening that day. So, but go, you're going to have so much fun. Also, they're going to be bringing back, you can get it at Schmoozies. It's like a giant, brownie that looks like a hockey puck. And it's like literally like this big. And it's just like a thick, like brownie cake thing. It's so good.
Yum.
So they'll be having like specialty treats and stuff. So enjoy, go Ducks. It's going to be fun. I'll be there. You'll see.
Yeah, Bridget will share everything with you because I'm not sure that I'll be there. We'll see.
Oh, it's gonna be, yeah. Well, if you do, call me.
Okay.
But yeah. So and then also in that area, kind of like Ducks is always celebrated. Ducks Day is always celebrated in Hollywoodland. If you're going for Ducks Day, you might also want to ride Monsters Inc. I know it's going away. It's leaving us. It's leaving us.
It really is really sad because there's nothing wrong with the Monsters Inc. ride. It is popular, but everything around it is what's kind of like dead, so to speak. And so because it is where it is, it has to go, which is so sad. It was always when my kids were younger and we went to DCA, that was always like our first ride. So we'd go in and be like, Monsters, Monsters, we're gonna go to Monsters. So we'd always go to Monsters. And that I just have some really great memories of my kids being really little on that ride. But all that to say, they have been saying that it's going to close beginning of 2026, but we have not been given a date. So I would say if you're in the area, might want to write it because it could be your last time. But we, as of right now of recording this, we don't have a closing date. So we don't know when that last day will be.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those rides also, one attractions that, you can ride with little kids, with little kids. We don't really have that many attractions like that at Disney California Adventure.
Yeah.
A lot of them have a height restriction. So we're kind of like losing that little kid ride.
Yeah.
But we're losing it because they are creating a Avatar experience in that area. We don't know really anything about it. It will include an attraction of sorts. Again, we don't really know.
Yeah.
But it will be an Avatar themed experience. And when we learn more about it, we'll let you know.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
I'm hoping it's very similar to what is at Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World, because that area of Animal Kingdom it's breathtaking. I'm not a humongous Avatar fan.
Yeah.
I've seen the movies, whatever. I don't, I don't know the story that well. But when you are at Animal Kingdom, everyone is a fan of Avatar because it is gorgeous. Like you just walk up to it and it looks fake. I mean, it really does. It looks like you're in a movie.
Yeah.
And Flight of Passage is the attraction there that they have, or one of the attractions they have in Avatar Land there. And the first time I rode it, I cried.
Oh my gosh, really?
I had tears like streaming down my face. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Because it is. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like, it truly is an experience. So I'm hoping that comes, because if it does replace Monsters Inc., it will have been for, to me, a good reason. So fingers crossed we get something
good reason for taking monsters away.
Yeah. Come on. You're taking away Lindsay's like big ride here.
No, I love monsters. I love it so much. And then we got some other construction that's actually currently happening over at DCA as well that you may have seen if you've been in Avengers Campus. We've got the 2 new attractions that are coming to Avengers Campus, the Stark Flight Lab and the Avengers Infinity Defense. So what's interesting, what I find interesting is that, and I know we've talked about this, Bridget, like I feel like in the past, you never saw construction. Like you might see the walls, but you didn't really know what was going on or whatever. in Avengers Campus, you can watch them. Like they're working. Like you can see all of the what do you call it? Like the facade or whatever that's up. You can see all of the poles and all of the cranes, and you can see all of it. So it's kind of interesting when you walk through there to look and be like, oh, that's where they're building the new stuff.
Yeah, that's almost, I mean, like, pre-pandemic, you never saw anything. Like you said, you saw walls, but then the walls would be gone and poof, there would be something, right? Now it's like you can see like construction workers with their hard hats walking by, and you can hear like the drill, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's so strange to see that, these days. For me anyway, I'm still pre-pandemic Disneyland in my mind for a lot of it. But a lot of the area is cut off. Of course, the area between the walkway between Cars Land and Avengers Campus is cut off and will be until this area is reopened. So right now there's not a lot going on at Avengers Campus. Of course there's like the Guardians, that attraction, but there isn't much there. They have web slingers. Really, I go to Avengers Campus now because there's Pim's Test Kitchen and Tasting Lab there.
Yeah.
So Pim's Test Kitchen, I truly feel, has some of the best food in all of Disney California Adventure.
Oh,
they have fabulous meals for kids, for adults. Also, you can get drinks there at the Tasting Lab. They have really good cocktails there. But they also just started breakfast. So they didn't start breakfast. They've always had breakfast, but they added on more breakfast items.
Oh, nice.
So if you're looking for some good food, Pim's Test Kitchen is definitely where you want to go. And that's why I go to Avengers Campus. But yeah, when those 2 new attractions open up, that's going to be fun.
That's going to be really cool. I do think that would be really, really cool. I'm excited to see what they do with it, with all the new technology and just everything. Like, I'm sure they're going to be quite high end. Same with Avatar. I mean, whatever they do with Avatar, I know it's going to be good. It just stings a little bit, because Monsters is being taken away. But and then the other one that we are getting is the Coco Land and the Coco ride. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bridget, but I've been back there. I can't see anything being done.
Like, I can't either.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's in the back, like it's behind, like Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta. So it's back there. Now they are starting like to get all that, going on. That, like I said, like I think Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta is kind of going to be a loss for us.
No, it cannot be.
Okay. No, not gonna wood. Let's not cut wood. But they are taking away all these like menu items there. So I don't know. We'll see. But I could definitely see the whole Paradise Gardens area turning into just complete like Coco or that kind of feeling, because it would be very weird to be like walking around and all of a sudden there's Coco, right?
Yeah.
Like they're going to have to like integrate that area into being more themed to Coco, which I'm all about. I was on a Disney cruise last year. I was on the Disney Treasure, and they have the Coco restaurant there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it is so awesome. The restaurant on the ship, it's a Coco restaurant, and like the food is fabulous. It's kind of like high-end Mexican food. And in the middle of the restaurant is this stage, and they just come out and they just do these live performances.
So cool.
And they do like Remember Me, and like you're eating. And our last night we ate there, and they came out Remember Me, and I just looked at my kids, and we're all just sitting there, and I just started crying.
Oh no!
Because that, like that movie
song
touches.
Is very,
it is. It's a very emotional song, especially for me. And I was like watching it, and the live music and the food. If they were to bring that to Disney California Adventure, I would freak out. I'd freak out. Everybody would freak out. It would be a huge hit.
I'm sure they're gonna do it up.
Please, Disney, listen to this podcast, and please do that for us. Please.
I'm sure they will.
So we'll see. We'll see if it happens. But yeah, so that area is, you're going to start seeing more construction there too. I don't know if it's going to affect anything really right now. It's kind of like behind the scenes, but I'm excited for that. It's going to be like a ride, kind of like similar to Pirates, where you're like a boat on the boat. Yeah. So that's going to be really cool. It's going to be beautiful. I bet it's going to be beautiful.
Gosh, yeah. I have high expectations, but Disney always meets them. So
yeah, it's going to be awesome. That's going to be awesome. Right. So yeah, so that's it. That's Disney California Adventure in a nutshell.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. But if you have stuck around till the end, thank you so much for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing the actual popcorn bucket. If you want to see it, make sure you go watch on YouTube. And we just appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Again, if you could leave us a review, we would really appreciate it. It helps us get out to more listeners. And then don't forget to follow us on all the socials. We're Magical Moms Podcast. If you have like a question, if you have a suggestion for us, you can always reach us. You can email us at magicalmomspodcast@gmail.com. And I think that kind of wraps it up.
I think that's
Anything
it.
else?
I think that's it. I think so. This is episode 2 of our season 3, and we're going to be coming out with these, weekly. So thank you so much for listening. And if you have any suggestions on future episodes, send us a note. But until then, we'll see you
Real
real
soon.
soon.